Hello students, now today we are going to start the next unit of the 12th class of the biology, that is the genetics. Yes, it is very important for the point of view of the exam because only this unit will be test for 18 marks. Yes, this is the remaining units are of 14 marks except the biotechnology that is of 10 marks, but this is the unit that is this unit will carry the 18 marks only. So what is the genetics? So there are three chapters in the genetics. First is principle of inheritance and variation. Second is molecular basis of inheritance, and third is the evolution. So today we are going to start the first unit. Yes. What is genetics? Yes. Genetics is the scientific study of the arrangement of the genes. Yes, where the genes are arranged. As you already studied in the previous classes also, that is basic unit of the human, any of the animal organisms is the cell, and cell have the brain, that is the nucleus, and nucleus have the chromosomes, and chromosomes have the genes. Yes, genes are the functional part of the chromosomes which are made up of DNA and proteins. So in this unit, we will study how the genes are arranged in the chromosomes and how these genes will express to perform particular function of the body. So, this is known as the genetics. So, in this genetics, we will study the arrangement of genes and expression and the functions of the genes. So, this term genetics was given by William Watson, I have mentioned, in 1906. So genetics is mainly consist of two branches. One is heredity and second is variation. Yes, heredity. Heredity means transmission of characters from one generation to the next generation. One generation means from the parents to the next generation means the offsprings. So transmission of characters. We will study here transmission of characters from the parents to their offsprings, that is known as the heredity. Second is the variations. As you know, due to the sexual reproduction in the complex organism, it is not possible that the organisms will produce the 100% exact copy of themselves. Then it means some type of variations will also occur in the offsprings with respect to their parents. That is known as variation. Yes, individual differences in an organism with respect to their parents. Yes, the variations that are takes place in individual, but that is not found in their parents. Definitely 50-50% contribution of the chromosomes from both the parents are there, but still when these 50% or 50% combination will be there, they will produce some extent new characters, and that new characters are the new variations for that organism. That is known as the variation. So mainly the in this chapter we will study about the Mendels, because Mendels is considered the father of the genetics, but before that some theories was given to explain the different terms of the genetics that were considered as the pre-Mendelian theories of heredity. Yes, pre-Mendelian theories, that means when Mendel gave the concept of the physical unit, that is the factors that will carry the characters. Before that, a number of theories were given, and these theories were also known as the theories of blended inheritance. Why? Theories of blended inheritance means the characters that is found in an organism is formed by the mixing of the characters of both the parents. So that mixing is known as the blending. So these theories is also known as the theories of blending inheritance. So we will study one by one. First is the vector theory that was proposed by the Pythagoras. Yes, what Pythagoras stated, he said that every organ of an organism will produce the vapors, and the vapors of different organs will combine together to form new organisms. But this theory was failed because it is not possible that different type of organs will produce different vapors and all the vapors will mix in a fixed quantity to produce the specific characters of species according to the species. After that, new theory was come that is known as the fluid theory, and fluid theory was given by the Aristotle. Yes, what this theory states? It states that men and women both will produce two types of fluid. Men will produce the semen that have the pure blood, and that is why it men have the pure fluid. Yes, semen is at that time semen was considered as the pure fluid, while as the woman produced the menstrual fluid that was considered as the impure fluid. So by the mixing of this pure and impure fluid, new organisms will be produced. But this theory was also failed because Aristotle was not explained what was the basis of the new organism. Only fluid is not the basic. What is the fluid contain that is responsible for making a new organism? After that, third theory came into existence that was known as the performation theory. Yes, it was given by Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Yes, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Anton von Leeuwenhoek was the scientist who first time observed the sperm under the microscope in the semen. What he observed? He observed the ring-linked sperms in the semen and gave the term animalcules. Yes, so many times in need also this question came. Name the scientist who given the term animalcules to the sperm. Yes, at that time you have to tick on the Anton von Leeuwenhoek because Anton von Leeuwenhoek was the scientist who gave the name animalcules to the sperm. After that, when this sperm that is found in the semen, if it is introduced into the womb of the female, it will make the new individual organism. It means womb of the female will provide the space, and according to this, the sperm is itself capable to make the new organisms. After that, next, but this theory was also failed. Why? Because in this theory, this theory mainly implies on the sperm and working of the sperm. This theory does not give any type of weightage to the female characteristics. Okay, sperms will able to give some characters to the new organism, but where is the contribution of the female at that time? Because definitely 50% characters are contributed to the female by the female also. So this theory was also failed. After that, particular theory was come, and which was given by Mopritus. Yes, what this theory stated? This theory states that each part of an animal will produce the particles. Yes, every part. That is why I have mentioned each part of the animals will produce the particles, and the union of those particles will make the new individual organisms. So this theory, after that, this theory is also not good consideration. After that, theory of pangenesis will have come, and this theory was given by Charles Darwin in 1868. Charles Darwin was the biologist at that time, famous biologist at that time, because he was given so many concepts about the evolution and natural selection also. Then what he said? He said that teeny particles that are produced by the each part of an organism is known as the pangenes. And then I have mentioned each part of the body will produce these particles, and these will migrate by the blood to the gametes, and then with the help of gametes these will pass into the offsprings. So, but this theory disapproved by the scientist Weizmann in the 1892, and Weizmann said this theory cannot confirm about the transmission of characters in exact form, so he gave the theory of germplasm. What this theory states? Theory of germplasm states that every organism is made up of two types of cells, this germinal cells and the somatic cells. Yes, germinal cells are immortal, that will pass from one generation to the other generation with the help of the chromosomes. Yes, that means Weizmann indirectly indicating towards the genes. Yes, that something is carried by the chromosomes that is passed from one generation to other generation. And second is these germinal cells are mainly found in the gonads of the organisms. Second is the somatic cells. Somatic cells are the mortal, which will possess some characters, but these characters will be removed as the organism will die. So theory of germplasm states that the germ cells are only responsible for carrying the characters or passing the characters from one generation to other generation with the help of the gametes. So these are the theories. After that, Mendel came and gave the concept of the Mendelism. Now, after discussing about the pre-Mendelian concept or pre-Mendelian theories, we are going to discuss about the Mendelism. Yes, Mendel Mendel gave the concept of the inheritance. Yes, his name is Gregor Johann Mendel, who is considered as the father of the genetics. He was born in Moravia in 1822, which was in Austria. Okay, he was got his education by his own efforts only. Yes, due to poverty, he was become a monk, that is known as a religious person. After that, he just done his schooling by his own efforts. After that, he gone to University of Vienna for the higher education, where he studied about the physics and the natural history. But his main interest was in the hybridization, that means in the mixing of characters. So he come back in the Moravia and done a number of experiments on the garden pea in his own monastery, because at till that time he become the head of that monastery. Okay, after that we can say he has done a number of experiments and study about the breeding experiment. He worked as a teacher also in the school, where he taught the physics and the natural history, but in the most of time he was doing the experiment and calculations on the hybridization of the garden pea. So in between 1856 to 1865, he done the breeding experiments on the garden pea. He was considered as the lucky person. Yes, he was not the first person who done a number of experiments and studied about the inheritance, but he considered as the lucky person because he gave the clear cut laws of the principles of the inheritance. Yes, he was the first person who gave clear cut principles of the laws of heredity and variations. So he published his finding in 1866, and this things comes in the need also, that where the Mendel published his work. Yes, he published his work in the annual proceeding of natural history of the Society of Brunn. He performed so many type of experiments on the garden pea, where he studied about the 7 contrasting traits. But after his so much hard work, he does not does not got attention at that time. So what was the main reason that his work do not recognize? Yes, these are the some points. His work was more advanced than the time. So no one was believing that this can be happen. That he has given the term traits, he given the term factors that is going to be transferred. He gave the specific factor for the each characters. He told them the factors will carry that characters from one generation to other generation. His mathematically approach, because his background from the maths and the physics, that is why his mathematically approach for solving the biological problems was also creating the problems in the minds of the biologist at that time. Next we can say, when he published his work in that preceding, that have the limited circulation only, that means his work is not published on the wide area, so no one was aware about what he was doing at that time. But main thing that he was performing the experiment, but he himself was not sure about that. That means what he is doing, he is just writing on the paper and then giving to the circulation for the public, but he was himself not explain what he is doing, and that is wrong or right. That is why he was also not got the attention. And next is the lack of aggressiveness in his personality. When some of the biologists say that his work is not right because he is not from the biological background, at that time he just say okay. That means he was not having, he was not arguing with, also he was not keeping his concept also in front of the others. So these are the some of the points. That is why he did not got attention. So In 1884 he was died due to the kidney disorder. This is also very important for the NEET point of view. After that, in 1900, there were three students of the biology who rediscovered the work of Mendel. Yes, this question comes in the NEET also. Hugo de Varis, that is why I have mentioned is in a specific, you can learn easily. Hugo de Varis, Karl Corens and Heinrich von Termark. Yes, Hugo de Varis from the Netherlands, Karl Corens from the Germany, and Erich von Termark from the Austria. These three biologists work together and perform a number of breeding experiments on the hybridization that Mendel performed in the same way. Then they published the work is very accurate and published or written in an accurate way. So these three scientists rediscovered the work and given all the credit to the Mendel. Okay, so after that, what we are going to study, Mendel, how many traits studied by the Mendel? Yes, this question came in our data also, 7 traits, but 7 traits were the contrasting traits. Yes, on the pea plant, which scientific name is Piscium sativum. What do you mean by contrasting traits? Because I have mentioned here 7 contrasting traits on which Mendel have studied. So contrasting trait means each character can be expressed in 2 forms and both the forms are opposite to each other. For example, if we take an example of the height, yes, height of a plant can be tall or can be dwarf, but character is height and it can express in 2 forms, tall and dwarf. So these are the contrasting traits. So which were the traits he studied about? First is a form of seed. Seed can be round or the wrinkle. You can easily observe at home also. You can observe some the pea pods when you are making the matar paneer also. So color of the cotyledon may be yellow and green. Color of the flower may be colored or white. Pod shape, yes, it can be smooth or inflated or constricted. I have drawn here. Pod color may be of green and yellow. Flower position, yes, flower can be arise in axial position of the branch or it will arise on the terminal part of the plant, or plant height which may be of tall or dwarf. So these contrasting traits can be expressed in the 2 forms, either dominant or the recessive. Yes, characters are of 2 types, dominant or recessive. Dominant character are the characters which can express and express the recessive genes, and recessive characters are those which cannot express in presence of the dominant alleles or dominant genes. So this is all about the Mendelism only. Thank you, beta.